attached to getting to a certain location when you're walking your dog on the leash? And are you noticing as you're walking your dog that the entire time or most of the time that you're walking your dog is just dragging you or pulling you the entire way? I want to let you know that you're not alone with that, and many people struggle with that. And I wanted to talk a little bit today on how our mindset actually affects how well we can train our dogs to walk loosely on the leash. So if our mind is sitting there being attached to, I need to get to this certain destination by a certain time period, it's really hard to be consistent with training. So one of the first tips that we talked about was when our dogs pull on the leash to back up when they pull and then click and treat when they loosen up on the leash. We can also change directions and do 180 degrees in the opposite direction and then click and treat once the leash is loose. Well, we have to repeat this every single time they pull on the leash. So every time they pull on the leash, we got to either back up or change directions. And when you think about it, that takes a lot of time. So if we're attached to getting to a certain destination by a certain time period, how consistent can we actually be with doing this technique? I mean, it would be really, really hard because I'm thinking, gosh, I got to be there by 1:30 to the hardware store to pick this up. And I have to be there by that time because I know I have to go to work and I really want to bring my dog. So I'm going to do this leash walk and I'm really going to try to change directions and back up every time they pull on the leash and click and treat when the leash is loose. And then before I know it, the time is ticking and it's getting closer and closer to 1:30 and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to be late for work. How in the heck am I going to do this? So a simple tool to do on your leash walks is to be more attached to consistency with training than the destination. So you want to change your mindset to being, I am training my dog right now to walk loosely on the leash. That's what I'm doing. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to leave myself plenty of time to be consistent with that. I'm not going to be attached to getting somewhere by a certain time period. I'm going to be more attached to being consistent when my dog pulls on the leash. And a great question to ask yourself when you're walking your dog on the leash would be, I wonder how I can be consistent with redirecting my dog every time he pulls on the leash. And I also wonder how I can be consistent with clicking and treating every time my dog is walking loosely on the leash. And now your mind is now focused on the training rather than the destination. And that is what's going to bring you true success. So, do you want to learn more cool tips and training techniques so that you can literally get your dog to walk loosely on the leash very, very quickly? If you answered yes, then make sure you sign up for our Loose Leash Walking Zoom webinar. We really want you there so that you can get your dog to walk loosely on the leash this summer. Go ahead and sign up right now. See you there.